At Olympic Park, South Melbourne's final chances were kept alive, but the Blues were forced to work hard for their third win in a row. Former Socceroo Mike Petersen was in a mood to score, but was denied by Clint Bolton's acrobatics. The final outcome may have been different had Troy Cranney succeeded. Cranney set sail for the goal mouth, then combined with Chris Slater, the final touch slamming into the side netting. South Melbourne were again beaten moments later as Brisbane's Rod Brown skewed his shot onto the post. The Strikers weren't afraid to take it up to their more fancied opponents. Brown was the centre of attention, constantly being fed by his midfield. At the other end, Jason Polak and Ivan Kelic found ways around the Strikers' backline, but couldn't break Bolton. The decisive moment arrived when Boutsianis scooted down the right flank, whipped the ball to Petersen, the lucky connection yielding the match winner. Goals are few and far between for Petersen these days. He gratefully accepted this one. Despite the lucky escape, South Melbourne continued to push forward. A 70-metre run by Francis Awaritefe being a highlight. He almost pulled off a Diego Maradona-type goal as he split Brisbane's midfield. An explosion of joy on the terraces shows South Melbourne rocketing towards the playoffs. 3 wins in a row have lifted the Blues from their early season doldrums. The latest victory came after a torrid struggle with playoff contenders, the Brisbane Strikers.
It was another sudden death game for South Melbourne, where defeat could shatter the Blues' fragile resurgence.
Unbelievable stupidity.
To reinforce the defence, Socceroo Mehmet Durakovic was back, even though well short of match fitness. As it turned out, South coach Frank Arok had good reason to be wary of the Brisbane Strikers. The Queenslanders have plenty of speed, and when Troy Cranney hit top gear in the first half, the Blues' defence melted away. Just how Cranney and Slater missed that open goal remains a mystery. When Rod Brown wasted another golden chance in the first half, coach Bruce Stowell had a feeling his team had blown it.
To be honest, we should have wrapped it up at half-time. You know, Brownie hitting the post when, to be honest, it's easy to stick it in the net, and the one before that where there were 2 versus nobody and they both contrived to miss it. I mean, we can't afford to do things like that against a side like this.
Indeed, South Melbourne made the Strikers pay. As the match wore on, the Blues found their fluency and bolted shut their defence. For a time, keeper Clint Bolton frustrated South with a string of fine saves, but in the end it was speed from Boutsianis and a delicate touch from Mickey Petersen that broke the stalemate.
And the players been a little bit rusty, having that long layoff. It didn't do any good for our fluency, and it took about a good 55, 60 minutes that we started to really put together something more decent. Anyhow, on the end, it should have been really a very big margin, but thank God it's over, and the 4 points are in the bag.
The Strikers chased an equaliser and won plenty of admirers for their organised and creative football. But it was South Melbourne in control, finally solid in defence and dangerous on the break. The bonus came when Durakovic, still affected by a troublesome pelvic injury, survived the 90 minutes.
I thought I did quite well, Carl, considering I've only been training for a couple of weeks, and it's good to come through a full game under, under so much pressure and, not feeling the injury whatsoever.
So no pain whatsoever?
Well, there is a bit of a pain there, but I'm taking painkillers, and I'm happy that I got through the games quite well.